Hi guys, today I am talking about interesting facts. Sweden, such as population, biggest lake, highest mountain land area, and much more. To make this even more fun, I want to ask you questions and challenge you. How do you know more about Sweden, and how many of these Sweden facts did you know before seeing this video? Leave a comment at the end of the video and let me know how many you knew. It is always fun to compare and see if there were some specific facts you found shocking or especially interesting to know. Number one, two-thirds of Sweden's land area is covered by forest. Most people are probably aware that Sweden has a lots of forest, but the fact is that two-thirds of the total country's land area is covered by forest, with a total area of 280,650 square kilometers. Half of the land is owned by private people and 1/4 is owned by private companies. The biggest single owner is the state, though via Sebskog AB. Number 2, North Korea has a 2.7 billion Swedish kroner in debt to Sweden. It was agreed that North Korea owes to buy around 1,000 Volvo cars back in 1974. The problem is that the money that Kim To-young promised to pay has not been paid yet. So 40 years later, the Swedish government is still sending invoices to North Korea to get back their 2.7 billion Swedish kroner. Number 3, the fifth biggest country in Europe in terms of area. The total area is 447,437 square kilometers. But despite that, Sweden has the second lowest population per square kilometer in all Europe. Number 4, there are about 300,000 to 400,000 moose roaming freely in the woods. Our nation pride, the moose, could potentially form one of the biggest cities in the Sweden if they gathered as one. There are lots of Swedish moose, and the total number depends on the year and how many they are being killed by hunters. Number 5, the Swedish passport is among the world's best passport. Another interesting fact about Sweden that they can pride themselves on is the fact that Swedish passport gives us entry with a visa to 127 countries in the world, and at arrival they can obtain a visa to another 42 countries. Number 6, Swedish music is one of our biggest exports. ABBA is still one of the world's famous band in history, and when you travel abroad, it is not uncommon that people will mention ABBA when they think about Sweden. However, not only ABBA has made it to the international scenes when it comes to music. There are lots of Swedish artists such as Zara Larsson, Avicii, Swedish House Mafia, Alice Robin, and Likely, but also artists and bands such as Rock City, Europe, Alcazar, and Ace of Base have given the world some profits throughout the years. In addition to that, a lot of songwriters that our producer are of the Swedish origins. In short, they give the world a better music experience, which is definitely one of the interesting facts about Sweden that you might not know. If that was not enough, Sweden is also have too many famous heavy metal bands such as In Flames, Hammerfall, Missag, and rock bands such as Mandodio, the Helicopters, the Hives, and the Sounds. Number 7, first country in the world to ban smoking. Since 1979, it is forbidden to smack your children, which means that they were first country in the world who made a law against flogging. After this, another 35 countries around the world have done the same. Number 8, one of the highest VAT in the whole world, with 25% as standard VAT. The Swedish VAT is among the highest in the world, together with countries like Croatia, Norway, Denmark, only Bhutan, as well as Hungary have higher VAT. Number 9, Sweden has the highest number of the McDonald's restaurants in Europe per capita. Swedes are not known for being unhealthy or obese, but still you can find the highest number of McDonald's restaurants per capita in all Europe. So there is definitely not a shortage of fast food here. Number 10. The only country in the world where donation stand for more than 1% of the GDP. Swedes are known for being generous, and generally Sweden is a country that tries to help out around the world. Even though there are far more biggest countries, the fact that Sweden is not only country in the world where donation stand for more than 1% of the total GDP is definitely one of the many interesting facts about Sweden that Swedes can be proud of. Number 11. Sweden is so good at recycling that they even import other countries' waste. Another positive fact about Swedes is the fact that they are so good at recycling that they nowadays import garbage from other countries and make a lot of money from it at the same time. For instance, Swedes import waste from Norway. Number 12. One of the Swedish kings became a pirate after he was forced away from the crown. Erik XIII was more famous for the title Erik of Pommern, but did you know that Swedish king was forced away from the crown 1439 and then he fled to Gotland where he crowned himself the pirate king of Baltic Sea for a period of 10 years. Number 13. They have the highest number of the patents per capita in Europe. There is no shortage of Swedish innovation and innovator, and some of the more famous are Tetra Pak, Erik Wallenberg, the pacemaker Rune Yilmaz, and the dynamite Alfred Nobel. Sweden is the country who is the highest number of the patents per capita in Europe. Also, Sweden has some big companies like Ericsson, H&M, Spotify, IKEA, and outstanding 2 million meatballs are eaten in IKEA 340 stores worldwide every day. And IKEA founder Ingvar Kamprad net was 50.7 billion US market dollar according to Bloomberg January 2008. Number 14. The oldest limited company is Swedish Falu Gruva AB was founded already in 1818 and is thereby oldest limited company in the world, at least if you are looking for who has the oldest preserved share certificate. Number 15. One of the few countries where the land mass is growing without war. Since the inland ice was drawn back from Sitsa 10,000 years ago, there has been a land elevation in several parts of Sweden. At most, the uplift has been around the area of the high coast in Angerman land. Since the inland ice, the land elevation has more than 800 meters. Nowadays, the biggest land elevation is at Flobrant, which currently is around 9.2 millimeter per year. In the southern part of the Sweden, however, it is currently lowering, even though they are talking about negligible values of 0.5 millimeter per year. Sweden fact. Want to know more interesting fact about Sweden? Here are the 10 quick Sweden facts. Swedes consume 20 million samlor per year. More than 20,000 Sami people live in Sweden. Swedes work an average of 16-11 hours per year. 86 of the Swedes lives in cities. Sweden 80 paid parental days. 52% of energy is renewable. Gay relationships have been legalized since 1944. There are 95,700 lakes in the country. Guadeloupe used to belong to Sweden 1813 to 1844. 99% of Sweden waste is recyclable. Sweden had some prominent universities such as KTH, Gothenburg, Uppsala, Umeå. Bonus fact: Sweden has the freedom to roam. Did you know that Sweden is one of the few countries in the world that gives every person freedom to roam in nature? That means that you don't have to pay to set up a tent or get permission to cross private land. The only expectation are private gardens near a dwelling house or land under cultivations. Other than that you are free to walk, cycle, ride, ski and camp, etc. The only things you have to do is respect nature and don't litter. Freedom to roam and the tied to public access also allow visitors and local to pick wild berries, flowers, and swimming in lake is also allowed. If you like my videos, please subscribe me and hit the ring button for update new videos and share with your friends.